Welcome, welcome. I'm excited to have you all here. And Michelle Doherty's joining us. Hope your ears were burning, Michelle Doherty. Shorty and I were just talking about you. No. Hope you have all had an amazing day. It is week 6 of our product Blitz calls. And I must say, I'm really loving them. I'm really loving just kind of reigniting and revisiting each of these little special products on their own and what they do and how amazing they truly are. But what I'm most loving is hearing the stories about what's going out on the field at the moment when we are talking about our particular products. Now, we have an amazing guest coming tonight. Her name is Nichole Murphy. She's not here yet, but I'm sure that she is not far away, and I'm sure she will join us. But that's okay, because as I said to her, Nick, I said, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to, have to try and shut me up about Berry Blend. I said, I don't know how much time you're going to get, but she had some great stories to share, and I know that she will get on and share them with you. So, of course, I like to have this a little bit of participation activity. So, number 1 in the chat, if you have got Berry Blend in your house. Number 2 in the chat, if you have got at least 2 customers who are on Berry Blend. And give me a number 3 in the chat if you have someone who is just a Berry Blend capsule customer. They don't actually have any other products. Maybe they've fallen deeply in love with the power of the berries and they haven't expanded beyond. Wonderful 11-year-old granddaughter is taking, oh, cool, well done. I'm glad you've recruited there to have your granddaughter taking notes. That's fabulous. So, welcome again. I am very excited for this one. If you're at conference, you would have heard me, I'm hoping you would have heard me, talk about Berry Blend and why I'm so excited about Berry Blend. I'm going to kind of give you a bit of an understanding of why we've got new things to say. When something changes with our product, either an ingredient is changed or swapped around, or an amount of the ingredient changes, or we change something on the label, or something happens. When something happens, we need to get a new listing with the TGA. We need to get a new ARTG listing. When that happens, it gives us an opportunity to say, hey, we want to say more things about this product. And this happened a couple of years ago, last year. This happened last year when we brought the Spanish study in and we were then able to talk into the cognitive function. Does anyone remember that? Does anyone remember how we went from being able to not talk about cognitive to all of a sudden we had all these amazing indications to talk about cognitive function when it came to our fruit, veg, and berry powders? Now, this time round, what happened is we took blueberry out of our berry blend, and the reason being we couldn't source enough of it at the quality that we were used to be able to meet the demand. So what we did is we went, see you later, blueberries, and hello, bilberries, we're upping your amount in this product. Now, that is actually a good thing because bilberries are actually higher in antioxidants than blueberries. Did anyone know that? Put a 5 in the chat. If you know that, maybe you learned it at conference, or maybe you just know. However, that is why we have some new things to say about Berry Blend, and it is very, very exciting. I'm excited. Is anyone else excited about this? Anyone? Michelle Doherty is. Nichole Murphy has joined us, which is fabulous, because Nichole was going to be on a call earlier in the Product Blitz series, and that couldn't happen. We had to get a last-minute fill in, which of course was Sarah Dean, who is on the call today. Sarah jumped in and was the fill-in speaker. So I was very excited to be able to get Nick back in because Nick's passion for our products is right up there. She's in that top 3%, I reckon, when it comes to talking about products. She is an amazing event holder. This woman has my heart when she talks about getting out and talking to people, meeting people where they're at, and understanding how Juice Plus could help them, and then knowing where to take that conversation. She is the master asker. She knows the right questions to ask. She knows how to position it. I can't remember, Nick. Do you have 6 children or is it 7?
Last time I counted, it was 7.
7. Okay, so nearly lost one. She's got 7 children. She's a super busy woman, but one of our rising stars. And Nick, I'm so glad that we could find a spot for you to slip on in. And I'm even more excited because you actually love berry blend. So
Yeah.
I am going to zip, and I want Nichole to tell you tonight how she's talking about berry blend, why she loves berry blend, and how she's getting it out there amongst her customers. So Nick, I'm handing it over to you, and I'm going to pin you before.
Thanks, Fee. Thank you so much for having me. Thanks, Sarah, for filling in. I actually caught it off the Juice Plus people at conference and I brought it back and then I've lost my voice. So I literally couldn't jump on. So thank you, Fee and Sarah. And sorry, I'm a little bit late. I actually remembered last night on team training, I was in my pajamas and I am in my pajamas again. And I was like, I need to put a jumper on. This is not okay. 2 nights in a row, lol. So I'm here. Look, the key with anything and any of our products is to have that excitement and that passion. Like, do not take what these products do for you for granted. When Fee was talking about the berry blend, I was like, what do I have to share about the berry blend? Well, I have something exciting to share about every single product, right? But it took me back. It took me back to when I first jumped on the products. Obviously, we sort of go, oh, skeptical, had to call a girlfriend, do these work. She said they're amazing, jumped on them. But still, I was like, fruit, veggie, yep, I get that. Let's just get on those. Oh, okay. The girls were telling me I need berries too. So I got on all 3. And one of the stories I can share with you was hubby and I were just new on the products. That obviously changed everything for me by day 3. I had this, energy and the brain fog has started to subside. I'm like, what is this? But we went on a trip to Melbourne and I thought our products would be arriving before the trip. When we went away, we only had fruit, veggie, and berry on that day. And we're like, okay, these products need to come. They didn't come. So we had on the way up to Melbourne, fruit, veggie, berry. On the way home, we actually only had the fruit and veggies. And I'm like, okay, this is all right. We're not going to notice a difference, seriously. Like, we'll get home, the package will be there. It'll all be okay. And on the way home, no joke, I turned to my husband. I'm like, do you not feel as energized or something's going on here? It's like, now that you say that, yes. And honestly, we had to get a coffee to finish our trip on the way home. Now, it seems like something little, but the berries were the thing, right? They were what gave us the edge. It's like, okay, you need to get on these core products. But when you start to add in the berries, you get another layer. When you start then to add in the omegas, I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I listen to these people to start with and just get on the whole lot? Because that, is something simple like that, is just such a game changer. And then we, transitioned into, there's a healthy starts program as well. Maybe I can look at getting all of these children on the products, not just the chews. So I've also got teenagers and teenage girls. And at the time, excuse me, they're all going through their cycles and, quite a hard time. And one of my daughters actually, she would be physically on the floor with cramps and pains and just not having a good time at all with that time of the month. So I actually got them on the capsules and said, you just take all 3. So the Healthy Starts actually helped me to be able to get the girls and all the kids and the older teenagers on all 3 products. So they really helped the girls. And today, even now, we all know teenagers. Some of us still can't get teenagers to take them, right? But hang in there, because honestly, they'll start to feel it for themselves. It'll be like, my kids will come at me. I've got a cold and flu, and anyone in my house, I just stop and I go, have you been taking your Juice Plus? Like, I literally have no sympathy for them. And they start to learn and they start to experience for themselves, this actually works, and now I've got 2 girls that are actually in their 20s and in sales, and I'm starting to go, hey, you'd be really good at sharing this with other people as well. So they're starting to come around, which is really, really exciting. So, I just think about berries, just to finish this off, and I just think, what would you have to pay, honestly, to get 10 different berries every single day into your body and your family's diet? Like, seriously, it's a no-brainer. So expensive to buy all these berries, keep them fresh, and get what you need. And when I did read over and do a little bit of homework, Fee, 5 minutes before I jumped on, I literally was like, I need to do this more often. Like, seriously, you need to read into what it actually does, like immune system and the free radicals, and supports healthy teeth. And Fee, I'm sure, will fill in, supports collagen. She'll fill you in on all this, and the bone health and the cardiovascular system and the heart and the nervous system. And you just go, they're amazing. They're another amazing product that has its own core highlights and facts that we can just share with passion.
Beautiful. I love it. I'm leaving you pinned. Tell me how you would share Berry Blend with a potential who's maybe looking at the products, but there's a price point issue. How would you do that?
Well, I would share a story, right? So now you've all heard a story, even if you don't have a story of your own. And I would definitely share that, you've got your core products, fruit and veggies, but then I would share the benefits. I would speak about and talk into the benefits. So obviously we're asking questions around their health, but that then gets them to spread their wings and get on the fruit, veggie, and berry. And I upsell again, because the omegas I've got a whole nother story around that. And as I was sharing with Fee, like, you can tell someone, they're like, oh, we eat enough fruit and veggies. It's like the berries and the omegas then become the highlight for me, because they are such a powerful product. And I guarantee you that when somebody gets on those two products, they are going to feel the benefits. They are absolutely going to feel the benefits. So if you can do all four, but they're weapons. They seriously are amazing.
Weapons. You heard it here. They are weapons. And a personal guarantee by Nichole that they are going to feel the benefits. Totally non-compliant, but that's okay. We're not here to talk about compliance. But I do love that Nichole has given it her absolute best there, and I can't disagree with you. I was the same, Nick. I started on fruits and vegetables. My eldest child at the time was 14. He started on the fruits and vegetables, and then a month in, I started to give him the berries, and that's when I noticed a massive change in his skin. And within that 4-month period, the acne had gone. It was just that was the thing that cemented Juice Plus for me, was my own experience as a mum. All right. Now, Nichole has spoken a little bit into some of the benefits. And so let's just revisit some of these. So collagen formation and collagen formation in children. Okay. General health and well-being and general health and well-being in children. Assists teeth development in children. Supports healthy teeth in children. Also supports healthy teeth in not children. Connective tissue health in children, formation of connective tissue health in children, connective tissue production in children. Okay, it's bone health, the growing and building and development in children. Now, some of these come with where dietary intake is inadequate. But guys, we know that everybody's dietary intake is inadequate. But just remember that we do need to quantify this with where people are lacking in their diet, and that's where you bring in that beautiful statistic. Well, it's not beautiful, it's actually horrendous statistic, where we've got less than 4% of Australians eating 2 fruits and 5 vegetables, and kids are below that. So we know that people are not doing what they need to do. Okay, we know. So this is where we can use this information about the benefits of Berry Blend in children where dietary intake is inadequate, because we know dietary intake is inadequate, right? Am I right? Am I right? Or am I right? Good. You still awake? Still with me? Good. Let's talk about cardiovascular system health, healthy heart function. We've got blood capillary health, blood vessel health, immune system health, and in children. Then we go right into nervous system health, nervous system function in children as well, skin health in children, wound healing in children. Know anyone going in for surgery? This is an amazing opportunity to have that conversation, because wound healing happens often when people are having various surgeries. So think about who you know that you can talk to. But here's the clincher. And Nick kind of touched on it there, but I really want to bring this home for you. Who has got in their customer base a family on Healthy Starts where the children are 13 and over and receiving free capsules? Give me a 7 in the chat. You've got a family Healthy Starts customer where the child is over 13 and getting free capsules. Okay, there's a few of you. I think there's probably more. Maybe you're just shy of your keyboard. And if you're watching this recording, who is in your customer list whose child is getting free capsules? These are the people that you want to be targeting right now. Because number one, we've got the good news story about it just got extended till their 25th birthday. Okay, and I know, well, Nichole probably does, Michelle probably does. We've got teenagers that we're still supporting financially. Okay, and we know that, that has been a really big benefit to be able to now put them back on a Healthy Starts order where they were 18 or over, and now we can put them back on, right? So we're saving money. Yes? So who else do you have in your customers who are now saving some money? Who have you been able to convert back onto a Healthy Starts whose child was, let's say, kicked off the Healthy Starts program at their 18th birthday? We've put them back on, and now the parents are getting those capsules for free. These are the people that I first want you to start targeting around Berry Blend. And how do you do that? If you need scripts, come to me. I promise you we've got some more assets coming out around Berry Blend over the next couple of weeks, but I don't want you to wait for that. I do want you to start reaching out to these people, whether it's, hey, I was on this training call and I was thinking about the fact that you're back on the Healthy Starts. I really wanted to let you know about some really interesting information about the listing for our Berry Blend product. This product is still less than $50 a month, okay? It's still a cheap product. It's still a great entry-level product. And if parents could understand the benefits of Berry Blend, then maybe they will be more inclined to help their teenagers, because we know our teenagers, they're trying to do a good job, some of them, but they're just not hitting it. They're just not hitting, especially if they're not at home, especially if they're living away. So start to think about who you know with teenagers. Who do you know who's got teenage girls who are going through, that changes, hormonal changes, and we've got acne for the boys, we've got premenstrual issues for the girls, okay? We know that this can help. We know that this helps with the synthesis of neurotransmitters. That's dopamine and serotonin and all these important things that we need in our body, and teenagers need it just as much as everyone else, if not a little bit more, because they're still developing that frontal lobe. I can tell you it does develop on their 28th birthday. I can witness it. So hang in there if you've got teenagers or early 20s. When are you going to grow up? It's 28. It really is, especially for the boys. It does happen. It does happen. We've still got all of this going on internally, and we want to be able to support them. So, all right, what number have we got up to? I think we're up to probably number 8. I want an 8 in the chat. If you can think of someone, if you've written down somebody's name that you can reach out to in the next 24 hours to share some more information about Berry Blend. And I've turned the chat off. Now I can't see. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we've got some 8s coming in, because this is a phenomenal product. And it's such a great entry-level product. If someone is, knocking back as a price objection, or maybe going the trio and even the fruit and veg, even with the free capsules or the chews for the kids, still not cutting it. But Berry Blend is still under $50 a month. Okay, I think we're at 45. I think that's what we're at in the change. So it's still an affordable option for most people. I mean, come on, who doesn't spend like that much on takeaway coffees a month? Most people probably spend it in a week. So do something for your health. Do something, even if they're splitting one between, one capsule each between two kids. Better to have some than none. So that's another option. All right, let's talk into kids who cannot swallow capsules yet. We know that this is still a powerful, because development of teeth, development of neurotransmitters, nervous system health, we know that little people could use this as well. So if you, Sarah, perfect, throw it in the smoothie. Put it in the Greek yogurt, make it purple yogurt, fairy dust the yogurt, whatever you can do to get it into the kids. Remember, do not heat it. It doesn't go in the spag bowl. It does go in the yogurt, and put it into, fairy dust. So true story, Jude, who's now 21, he used to take the berry capsules and turn the yogurt purple. This was long before purple yogurt was even a thing in the shops. He was doing it mainly because Tom, my eldest, was getting berry blend and he wasn't. So, he wasn't ready to swallow capsules, but he would pull them apart and put them in his yogurt. So think about the raw treats. Can you get them in your raw treats? Yep, you can. When you're making your little fat bombs for whatever you're making, those little, coconut oil and cacao and nut butter and berry blend sprinkles, get them into the kids, and however you can get them into the kids. Okay, they actually don't taste too bad on their own. I think it's Gabe's children that just choose them, is it not, Sarah? You probably know. Gabe's kids just, chew on them. But please think about ways that you can get berry blend into more households. That is the aim of the game. Okay, I would love to see some berry blend, fairy bread with capsule coverings. Interesting. How did that go down, Barbie? Was it a winner? I'm not sure about that one.
It went all right for me.
It's for you. Fair enough. Okay, we have covered off on all of the topics that I want to talk to you about berry blend. Who has got a new love for berry blend? Anyone out there? Has anyone been reminded tonight of how powerful this product is just as a standalone product? Okay, and do you know what? Even these kids who are out of home, maybe they could even afford $45 a month instead of, that's probably their daily Macca's bill. But, we know that people are just not going to make the cut when it comes to doing what they need to do for getting the right amount of fruits and vegetables in their body. I was just resharing that stat today with Beck from Home Office around the fact that we still have such a low uptake of 2 fruits and 5 vegetables. And I don't know if you guys remember me talking about this, but for men from 19 to 50, it's now 2 fruits and 6 vegetables, because we have to catch up because they're doing such a bad job. We have to try and increase the number to try and help mitigate what we've got as a health crisis. I think if people just really understood how important eating plants is, and I'm not vegan, I'm not here to go down that path, but our fruits and vegetables, this is where you guys get to educate people. Fruits and vegetables need to be 3/4 of our plate every meal, every single meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. 3/4 of your plate needs to be fruits and vegetables for us to be able to get back to health. And we know that this product is a catalyst to help people change their ways. Add that into the amazing programs that we have out there, and we are able to change people's lives. Has anyone seen Denise Whelan's changes? I don't know if anyone follows Denise on Facebook, one of our NMDs. If you don't know who Denise is, Denise will actually be on next week. She's going to be on our Product Blitz calls next week. She has had such a phenomenal transformation, and it's from moving her body and sticking to a program and just cutting out the crap. And she's an 80-20. So, she is a great example of someone who's just taken this and gone, yep, okay, I'm going to put more plants in my life and move more and look where it's got her. She looks amazing. And she's, no, I won't say how old she is because she is 60. She is 60, yeah. She might even be 61. I don't know. We'll find out next week. She's coming on. And yes, Sarah, it is next week. We are talking about Perform. Perform, I still consider it one of the new kids on the block, even though Cacao and Luminate have come since. Perform is so underrated. You guys have got no idea. But next week you will, because I'm going to yabber about it until the cows come home. So thank you for joining me. We are on time tonight. I hope you have learnt something. Nick, thank you so, so much for joining me and sharing your love, passion and wisdom when it comes to our berry blend. Sarah, thank you for being my co-host and managing the rooms this evening. I hope you've learnt something. Please don't just write this in a notebook. Please sit down now and do your reach outs. Like, it's still early, especially if you're in the West. You've got no excuse. It's like 7:15, so 5:15. So over here in the East, it's probably getting on, maybe tucking kids into bedtime. But I really want you guys to just not forget. Please don't forget. Make an excited post. Do an excited reach out. And yeah, I agree too. Let's get it on socials and tag Nichole and me in it so we can see. And hashtag berry blend. And I don't know, all the social things that people do on socials. Do all of those things. But we would love to see your posts and hear about your reach outs. Of course, you know where to find me in the product chat. If you've got questions that you need answered, if you've got some curly ones, please come to us. And we have got some really cool assets coming out. You're going to see a big focus on berry blend coming over the next few weeks because it's just such a powerful story to share. So we've had a very successful week. Did anyone see the post from today and the DSA taken out one of the 2 awards last night, one for Healthy Starts and the beautiful Cat Start taking out Independent Salesperson of the Year. No surprise, she's a bit of a legend, that one. She's a keeper. We're going to keep her. There was a question about assets, boards. Everything's on boards. If you're not on boards, that's where it is. Go there. Get on boards. Get on board. Get on board on the boards. All right, team. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Thank you for spending your Tuesday half an hour with me, and I will see you all next week for Perform.
Thanks, beautiful. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. See you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Steve. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.